Well, Terry, we're coming up on the 50th anniversary of the founding of the Sons of the West. How did you get started in the music business?
Well, I guess we got started watching maybe the Beatles on television, but definitely the country music influence came from going to the movie Your Cheatin' Heart, which was a Hank Williams autobiography.
Before watching your Cheating Heart, you mentioned a little bit of the Beatles stuff. Um, what instruments were you guys playing at the time, or what was the first one that you picked up?
Well, my first instrument really had nothing to do with the Beatles other than it was for sale in the music store, and that was a Hawaiian steel guitar.
Tell us a little bit the difference between a Hawaiian steel guitar and, say, a regular pedal steel guitar.
Well, the Hawaiian steel is designed more to be played with chords and the Hawaiian song sound that was popular at the time in the late 50s because Hawaii had become the 50th state.
And really, you picked it up because it was honestly just in the store, or was there something that interested you about it?
Well, my brother Neil was already playing the guitar, so I wanted to play something different, and the Hawaiian steel was there, and that was the one I picked.
And you played that for at least a couple years, I'm guessing.
Couple years, yeah.
Interesting. And went over to what then? The bass?
Well, then ultimately I went over to the bass guitar because that had more of a country sound for us with Neil's guitar and me playing the bass, so it fit in nice.
Now, it's kind of interesting because I know that you played the steel for about a year or so and then switched over to the bass guitar and then did play some Beatles stuff and some of that and went over to the country stuff. What attracted you to country music more so than the rock stuff? Because honestly, if you listen to the Beatles nowadays, their old stuff sounds more country than the country stuff sounds nowadays.
Well, a lot of the music at that time did have a mix of pop or rock and country in it. I mean, Buck Owens, his early music, really his hit record music, things like Act Naturally was being covered by the Beatles. And of course the Hank Williams songs like Hey Good Lookin' and Jambalaya were all up-tempo country type songs that could easily go back and forth in format.